Hey, welcome back. The last episode was quite a busy one, so here's a quick recap. While we were in the UK, we did a quick conversion on our van and converted it into a camper van. We spent quality time with our friends and saw parts of the UK we'd never seen before, but it came with its own set of challenges. And we soon found ourselves back in a caravan. It was here that we had to say goodbye to our friend and companion, Mitakuye, after the devastating news that she had developed cancer. We made the long journey over to Portugal again. It was heartbreaking travelling without Mitakuye. And on this journey, we were joined by our close friend, Mike, who brought over a trailer for us. This allowed us to travel with our caravan. With the help of Pedro, our neighbour, and his good friend Jose, work commenced on the land in preparation to receive some shipping containers, which was quite a process and a lot of hard work. Our good friend and neighbour helped us out by running a water hose from his property all the way up to ours, which was so kind and thoughtful of him. So then we took a drive down to Lisbon and we visited Nordic Shipping Containers, and we selected the containers required for Lana's business. After stopping at a beautiful park-up in a place called Senes, we then made our way down south to the Algarve, where we met up with Lana's brother and his partner, and we hung out down there and spent a few days together before making our way back to our land.
Hey, so we're back from Lisbon, selected our containers, and today's Sunday and they're expected on Tuesday, so got to get a wiggle on and get these temporary foundation blocks prepared. We stole the idea from somebody else on YouTube where he just filled the blocks with cement, so we'll mix them up. So that's a bit concerning. One bag, I think, might only do 2 blocks. And I only bought 5. We'll see what we can do, see how far we get. Three down.
As you can see, we laid out the blocks inside the trailer and poured the concrete into the holes. This worked out perfectly and it saved us trying to lift and maneuver the heavy concrete blocks when the concrete had set, and it also allowed us then to transport the blocks to the site where they were going to be used. A lot of hard work and effort, but we wanted to be better prepared this time for when the containers arrived.
when you're building, you can be creative and you don't mind hard work. But at the end of it, you got to clean up after yourself. And it's that part that when you're tired, done in, the last thing you want to do. So I'm going to clean up, go and have a shower, have some dinner, and I'll see you next time. Before the truck arrives, I think next week, we need to level this off, concentrate on getting this weight down as soon as we can, get it compacted so that the truck has some chance of coming in. Although this site is big, 220-foot shipping containers is the bare minimum I need to start the project. So we've designed the space to take 4, could potentially take 5, but we've designed it for 4. And we're going to start off with 2 containers next to each other over there, centered in the middle. And then at a later date, we'll put one there and one here. But we'll explain all of that. But yeah, water on site, sprinklers about to be installed. Very exciting. Agua, baby, agua! Agua! Agua!
The land was so dry and so dusty. It was literally like powder. And so the best thing for it was to give it a good soak in so that the water would help to compact the soil and break down all the dust. It was such a hot day and spraying the water was really refreshing. We all had a go.
Isn't it lovely, babe?
Lovely.
Ah,
Game changer.
certainly is, having water. Isn't he lovely? Bless him, Pedro.
After a lot of the hard physical labour that we'd done, this was one of the more enjoyable jobs.
Oh my word.
Here she comes. Like Bo Derek out of the ocean. Once the ground had time to settle, it was then a case of getting the concrete blocks onto site and into position. And for that, we used a little trolley to wheel it over. We received a visit from our friends who live in the Garduna Mountains. Mikey, Raj and Carly. And together with the help of Pedro, we worked at trying to get the blocks lined up, in position, ready to receive the containers.
From the centre to the centre.
I'm just going to redo this knot.
2.44. Oh. Keep your straight.
you.
And then the big day came. Pedro went out of his way again and went to go and meet the truck and escorted him to the land to ensure that there was no issues with the driver trying to find our place. He purposefully made sure that he was available just so he could assist in any way possible. The truck came carrying 2 containers. One was left at the bottom of the hill. This was such a massive day for us, as you can imagine, as this was such a huge step towards getting the business established. But fortunately, there was no issues. Everything went really smoothly. If you're in Portugal and you're looking at possibly purchasing a shipping container, you can contact the company, Nordic Shipping Containers, speak to Tatiana there, and a site visit can be arranged free of charge where they come take a look to see if it's actually possible to get a truck with a container onto your land. Obviously, it's highly recommended to do this just to avoid any complications that might arise on delivery day. Tatiana speaks really good English, so communication is not an issue. And I've left links in the description for Nordic Shipping Containers, so go take a look. And in case you're wondering, no, we're not sponsored by this company, although I wish we were. So with one container in position, it was now a case of rinse and repeat, as they say on YouTube, to go and pick up the next one and repeat the process again. So the driver made his way down the hill again onto Pedro's land, as the other container was on the trailer down there, and loaded up the second shipping container to bring back up the hill. So massive thanks to Pedro for allowing all this to take place on his property. We would have loved to have had 40-foot shipping containers for our project, but logistically it just wasn't feasible. We never would have got that size vehicle up onto our property, as there's quite a tight turn at the top of the hill. So with 2 containers now in place, Lana said her goodbyes to the driver. She was so super excited, and she'd been a bag of nerves all day, as she'd been waiting for this moment for such a long time.
Well, it wasn't easy. That was so stressful. Oh my God, that was stressful. Ah. But they are here. Can I go to bed now?
Nice. Full moon madness.
Oh, absolutely. You know, Pedro was so determined to get everything lined up, and bless him, he really does try hard for us. Very nice.
It's alright, isn't it?
No need to do anything inside this other than insulate. Floor is in fantastic condition.
Yeah. Perfect.
Oh, there's a difference there, isn't there? Hey?
Needs a bit more work, obviously. Older container. It's still solid though. Just needs a bit of a clean and a lick of paint. Still good, still solid. Just a bit muckier.
Gonna need a bit more work.
Definitely have to do something with the floor.
It's actually not in bad nick,
No, it's not.
because I think the floor in our first container is worse than this.
But ideal for what we want to do.
Yeah.
After admiring the containers for a little bit, we then went on to make sure that everything was level.
It's not bad, come have a look.
Yeah, not too shabby, hey?
So this back corner definitely wants raising, doesn't it?
Yeah, the issue seems to be at the back.
So that back corner needs to come up more than this one. It's going to need to be packed because outside it's already sitting a bit proud. Okay. Game plan. Let's get the jacks out. don't want to do it too much. Let's go and have a look inside and see what the level says. Okay, so that's got to go up. It's not this side.
And you'd think that after our experience of levelling the last container, we should be pros at this by now.
I got that all wrong. It's this side that needs to go up. But we do need to level that one out.
Yeah.
That's what made me think of all the problem with that side. Yeah, not much. Alright, let's pack that corner and then we can address that side.
Swap. Time to swap.
Hold on, I'm just wondering.
Maybe that's enough.
Yeah, if I pack that and then we address the other side. Will I get two in? No.
Do you want to?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I'll need you, baby.
Yep. Switch. My turn. See if I can do any better.
Sure. I'm coming. Hey, you got it. You got it. Come on, baby. Hey.
So watch, these bars can swing back and hit you in the jaw. I found out the hard way. Okay.
All right, shall we release it? Hold on. Do we need one board at the back there? I'm thinking we do.
Usually right. Right.
Okay, let's go and have a look.
Is that
Inside.
no.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was. So that makes me think, what? We need a
Well,
third plank?
if you bring it up at the front, it's gonna teeter back.
Okay, so just leave it for now.
Well, yeah, as we raise the front, it's gonna
It's
lower
going to
the
come
back.
down. But then this might still be not level. But that's okay, let's just deal with one thing at a time and just tweak it as we go around.
Just get these sitting where you want them to sit. Want them that way, or
Let me tilt that for me.
might be better that way?
Forward a bit more. Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Let's go and deal with the front.
onwards. It was all made a lot easier having put down these concrete blocks. As the first time with the first container, everything was on the ground. Although it was still a lot of hard work. Not as strong as it used to be.
You one click, baby. Do you need me, baby?
Yeah, I might be.
Oh, hey!
Things she gets me into.
The things you do for love. Ah. Well done, babe. Oopsie.
That's sitting nicely now. Same over here. Good. So it was time to put the bottle jack to use. And that was so much easier. No idea why we didn't use that in the first place.
Okay, I think this corner's good, but I think that one might have to come up.
So with a bit of tinkering, we got there in the end.
That's level, one way.
Good.
But this way, she might want to come up a little bit more.
Which way?
That can be.
Really?
But like I say, this is all temporary. It's all temporary. What I'd like to do, maybe next year, is build some forms around these. Just put some forms up around the blocks, the height that we need. Jack it up, remove these temporary blocks, and then fill it with some cement, and then it'll be safer, because some of this plywood is really rotten.
Yeah, it's holding up for now.
It is. Look how nice these seals are inside.
You got to appreciate a good seal.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. We do need to put the middle on.
We do need to put the middle ones in. Yeah, that's really close, isn't it?
Yeah. So we can tap it up and pop a board in. Or jack it up and I'll throw some soil down.
Yeah, that's just a
Fracco.
fracco, as they say in Australia.
Not that either one of us is from Australia.
No, but I believe that's the terminology.
But no, happy with that. Once the rains have been and the ground settled, we'll reassess the situation. But now we need to move on. The farmer will be coming around next few days, helping us plant the grass seeds. I think before that we need to rake everything and then level it off, get the big rocks out, and then just leave it, let it do its thing.
Although the containers were now in position and level, the ground itself still needed a lot of care and attention. So along with regular watering, we also utilised a whacker plate, and we went over it many times in many directions in order to make this area more compact again. This is quite a big area of land, and it was a very slow process, but we knew that we were in the final stages of this development, and so it was really rewarding. We'd come such a long way. So we compacted the land, raked it, and pulled up any roots that could be found, in preparation to plant the seeds. So guys, I'm going to wrap up this video here. Please drop us a like, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. And don't forget to hit the little notification bell so you don't miss any future episodes. If you want to show the channel a little bit of extra love, there's a link in the description where you can buy us a coffee. Thanks for watching and for supporting us, and we'll see you next Saturday.